Today I'm going to show you how to get heavy spin on your forehand. Now we're only going to focus on one part of the swing, and that's going to be the follow through. In your follow through, if you don't do it a certain way, you are definitely not optimizing your potential top spin. Let me explain what most people do. At contact point, a lot of people will break the wrist or they'll snap it because they think that it's actually going to cause them to get more spin or, more power, more, forwards evolutions on the shot, but it's really not. What you need to do in your follow through, firstly, is have a very loose and relaxed wrist, but it actually needs to stay back because our follow through is going to be a windshield wiper motion. A lot of people try forcing this action, but that's actually going to cause you to shank the ball. Because your racket is moving so quickly, if your racket angle isn't perfect, it's going to be very hard to make a clean connection and, rip up on the ball with a clean sound. So what you want to do is stop using the wrist and actually rotate from the shoulder instead. So from the side, it looks like this. Boom. And I'm turning over from here and my arm is kind of moving very loose all together. Now, there is another part of this as well. Once we get the windshield wiper motion, we want to make sure that we're catching the racket below the shoulder and making a motion like this. Because if we keep going up and high on the ball, we're not going to be able to, boom, come back down on it and get that racket head speed that is going to allow you to get more spin on the ball. Because essentially, the faster you rip up and over the ball, the faster and more times it will spin. And you'll get this effect where it just shoots up and dips right down back into the court. Now, another thing that you need to do if you want to get, way more spin is also drive up with your legs as well. You want to have a very loose arm when you swing, and you actually want to go with the body. So if you explode up with the legs first, you're automatically going to have way more racket head speed going to that shot and ripping up and over the ball. And, your legs, they're way heavier, they're way stronger than your upper body and your arms, hopefully, if you're not, skipping leg day. And you should use them anyway, regardless of the size. It will help you generate more topspin. Now, if you find your balls going relatively flat, it could be because you're not exaggerating the windshield wiper motion enough. So if you wanted to hit high and heavy and, not as hard or, a combination of both, you have to kind of gauge it and play around with your follow through. So if I wanted, a driven flat ball, I would go like that. We still turn over with the windshield wiper to get some top spin, but if we wanted heavier top spin, we'd get a little more under the ball and we'd go like this on a more extreme angle. Now, you also want to make sure that you're not leaning backwards when attempting to hit a lot of spin because you're going to drive the ball long. Make sure that you're up on your toes and you're leaning over the shot so that you can still swing up as much as you want, without any anxiety. And the ball will actually tend to stay in and dip down at the end because you're getting your body weight over the shot and you're not, pushing your energy backwards and causing the ball to go up to the sky. So that's another thing that could also help you, be more confident when implementing this technique. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and please subscribe for more educational tennis videos. Thanks. If you want to win more matches at your club or have a system to teach to your own tennis students or your children, I have a complete tennis system which can be absorbed in an online module in less than a week. I've made the mistakes so that you don't have to. Over 13 years, I've spent over $100,000 of my own money finding the best tennis coaching, which is now my system, which is the fundamentals of modern tennis. And finding good tennis information isn't rocket science, but for some reason, it's very hard to find this information even at the most prestigious of tennis clubs. I promise that if you complete the course, go through the whole thing, you can become twice as productive on the tennis court in 30 days. The link will be down in the description. Check it out if you're interested. Ciao.